Hello, welcome to the podcast. My name is Vortex, and today I have someone with me, a guest to the podcast. This is Amy. Would like you to introduce yourself?
Hi. Hi everyone. My name is Amy.
All right. Today to this podcast, we would like to talk about some topic today, and we would like to speak about one of our favorite topics about the the actors that we know and love about in many movies or TV shows. And I think the first one we're going to be talking about is that our favorite web slinger will be the Spider-Man movie universe, and we're talking about is the Tom Holland.
Yes, I. He came out in the most recent Spider-Man movies, right? Spider-Man Return, no Return or Return to Home, something like that.
Yeah, I did watch the first one, and I thought it was gonna be another reboot, like from all the other Spider-Mans that I've seen. Well, except the first one, since that one's great. I think I liked it, except that it was kind of sad to leave, which is him as the actor playing as Peter Parker, leaving the girl behind in the prom because he had to stop the Vulture because AKA is the father of that girl he was gonna ask for prom.
Yes, and it's really sad. But I think it kind of makes it more interesting because then you're wondering, like, oh, what's gonna happen next? Like, are they going to keep talking? Are they not going to talk anymore? So it just kind of gives it that suspense.
It kind of does, and after he was part of the movie of the Avengers because it still continues that he still go to high school, and it's fun that you see him in the middle of the bus on a bridge of New York. Well, you of course the one who's driving in the bus will be Stan Lee, and of course Spider-Man has to like save the day with the help of Iron Man and several heroes, except that even Bruce Banner was left behind because of his whole anger power. It was not working. But I think I do enjoy that he got a new upgrade ever since. He's going through a lot of meeting new characters by the Marvel Universe. However, it was sad for me that when I saw the Avengers Infinity War, man, that one was shocking. That all the heroes that you know died because of Thanos' snap, and man, even his reaction of as Peter Parker, he didn't want to leave. Like he was just afraid of dying, and he just like vanished.
Yeah, and I think that's pretty sad. I remember when I went to go see the movie at the theaters, I actually cried when I saw that. It was so sad because they just disappeared. And then it was kind of funny though, like throughout the movies, you know how Iron Man kind of just like does comebacks at Tom Holland. He's like, oh, like you're just a kid, like you're not ready. And then you just see Tom Holland trying to prove him wrong, and then he messes up, and he's like, oh, he's like, man, Iron Man was right.
But yeah, I mean, he gets some support, whether it be from his Aunt May or his friend, because he even tells him that even though he may have screwed up, he learned from his mistakes. Because sometimes he always thinks a little too ahead of himself, and he ends up getting into a little bit of his own mess. But it does bring in that he doesn't give up that easily. He's just one of that optimistic person in the movie. But when in the movie Infinity War, that's when they brought everyone back, thanks to the a little bit of time travel with Hulk and a little bit of Ant-Man, who's still alive, which is that's a good thing. They brought everyone back. They made an epic war, and like it was just super great.
Yeah, and it kind of it's kind of cool, you know, where it's kind of in a moment where it looks like they're going to be defeated once again, and then just suddenly like they all start reappearing through the
portal.
The portal. There you go.
Because of Doctor Strange's magic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and luckily you bring every single one of them to an epic battle, and Parker was there, and you know the saddest thing about the movie is that after the battle, Tony ends up sacrificing his life to protect the others.
Yeah, that was so sad. He even made a video. I guess if something happened, he decided to record a video for his daughter, and he was like, "Oh, love you 3000." That was super sad.
Yeah, and it was just something like, oh man, like if the daughter is gonna be older enough to take his company, like his own legacy after this, because we never know what's gonna happen in a new couple of months before they make another movie about it. But speaking of the Iron Man, which is I will talk about it in another podcast. After I watched the one from he's in London, which is the second part, he meets Mysterio. I already know that Mysterio, the sorcerer, who was actually a villain, he was just trying to use Spider-Man to use the glasses of Tony.
Oh yes, I remember that one. And
Yeah, and
he was like deceiving, like he was making illusions for Parker to believe that he was in a certain situation to kind of take advantage, right? To make him feel like he wasn't worthy of the glasses, and he had to pass them along.
No, and he lied to him about everything. And now that it turns out that Mysterio was not working alone. There was like a lot of people at the role.
It was a group.
And all because they wanted to go against Tony for a reason. I mean, I already know that the Vulture was a grudge with Tony or the Avengers, and now the Mysterio. Like, you gotta be kidding me! How many more they hate Iron Man?
Yeah.
But at the end, he ends up stopping him, which is he may have. I wouldn't say he killed him, but he just kind of used his own weapon against him. And after the ending of the credits, we seen that Mysterio played one last trick on his sleeve. And he just said Peter Parker's like identity in public, and that's when we did the cliffhanger for a while. But then, after a few, maybe like a year or a month, they made the third one, which at this time with some spoiler alerts, 2 more Spider-Mans with it, with the other actor that used to play Spider-Man. But before I get to that part, he ends up escaping the whole group because Mysterio literally revealed Parker's identity, and everyone is just after him. Everyone he doesn't even feel comfortable at school or anywhere else, and I guess they believe Mysterio because they literally got brainwashed. Now the only person he can trust it would be Doctor Strange, and he told him to cast a spell so they can erase the memory of what Mysterio did. And even his friend Wong told him not to do the spell. But of course, since Doctor Strange is not gonna listen, he's gonna do it. But everything was going well until Parker kept talking a lot, and he told him to be quiet because he's trying to concentrate. But ever since he kept talking, he made a spell not only to erase, but he made an entire connection to the multiverse by accident. That's why you see the Green Goblin from 2002, Spider-Man. You see Electro from the Amazing Spider-Man. Every single one villain that you know from those 2 other Spider-Man movies, they all showed up, including Dr. Octopus. Oh my god.
Yeah, it was the multi-universe kind of connected, and they had to fight all the villains from like each and every Spider-Man. They had to fight them, and then at first they were struggling to figure out how to fight them because they were so strong.
Yeah.
And then it was pretty cool, in the scene where they're in the construction building, and they're fighting all the villains all at once, and you just kind of see that there's a moment where they're like, oh my god, this is it. But then they actually beat the villain, so it was pretty cool. But it's kind of sad because they were all beat up.
Yeah, and one of them were like defenseless just because they had power or something that will be Electro, but then the other Parker told him that he's not a nobody. He's just a person just misunderstood by the world, that's all.
Yeah, and then there was the mutant villain.
Yeah.
That one was kind of like, I would say probably one of the most hardest ones to get just because he was a mutant.
Yeah, the hardest one to see one character go by, it would be MJ. Aunt May, because of Green Goblin's drone ends up hitting her, and I guess she said the one thing that even what Uncle Ben will say, with great power comes great responsibility, and then after that she died.
That was so sad because you see, Tom Holland being Spider-Man, he was like aunt, and that was his last Like,
last part of his family member.
yeah.
And now that she's gone, he's on rage on with the Green Goblin trying to kill him.
Mhm.
But the other Spider-Man, since he knows Green Goblin so well, he ends up stopping him not to kill him because then he doesn't want, like, trying to give him the message that you do not want to be like him. Seriously, if you kill him, you're just trying to make a version of him after all. That's not gonna
You
bring,
lose yourself.
yeah, you lose yourself. That's not gonna bring Aunt May back if you do that. And luckily, well, yeah, the Green Goblin did stab him, but I thought for a minute that the other Spider-Man was gonna die, but no, he actually survived the stab. And
Yeah.
after that, after when Doctor Strange put everything back to normal, they all went back to the universes. And so, Amy, what other movies are coming out for this year that we heard about?
You know what? I heard that there is actually a part 2 of Moana coming out in November this year.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, I was actually very excited when I saw the trailer because it showed, well, according to the trailer when I saw it, Moana actually has a little sister now.
Oh, shoot. I didn't notice that.
So I was like, what? Moana has a little sister? And I think so, I might be wrong. I don't know how it's gonna be. But apparently, maybe there's a rumor saying that the little sister is actually going to go through the same journey as Moana.
Oh.
And then there's gonna be a new, I guess you can say like a new scary monster that she needs to protect her people from.
Mm-hmm.
And then the little coconuts come out, the Kakamoras.
Oh, those little guys.
Yeah, they come out again. So it was like, whoa, this is actually gonna be interesting. You get, it's gonna be Maui, Moana, and the little sister being wayfinders. So I thought that was pretty cool. I'm actually really excited. It comes out, I think, the next day after Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So I think it's a great movie to go watch. Definitely after the holidays. And it's actually perfect timing, Thanksgiving and all that. You get a lot of food.
Yeah, that's really a good thing after all for that month. We heard that in Pixar and for Disney, they're making the Toy Story 5, which is I have not seen the trailer yet, but all I heard is that they're gonna make it like the actual ending, because the fourth one was not the ending yet. And let's see, Shrek 5, we heard about it. We literally saw not the trailer, but only on the month of the year it's gonna come out in 2026.
But it's crazy, right? That Toy Story has so many parts in it. But if you think about it, you see all the journey that each and every toy has gone through. How they stick together, how they separate and they come back, and they're all just trying to find like an owner.
It does, and it's just like, I wouldn't say survival. It's just something that it kind of is like for toys to pass on for next generation. Let's see, Shrek. I know Shrek very well, and they're making it in 2026, which is I'm not sure that's a real date or the day it's gonna come out, because sometimes they're gonna make it to maybe like 1 year after that.
Oh, well, I haven't heard that there was a new Shrek movie coming out. That would be really cool though, because I remember growing up to that movie.
Same. I
how
grew
everyone
up
was scared of ogres, and how he ate the onions, and the donkey was in love with the dragon. So it's something not common, but it's really funny to watch.
It's a very good one, to be honest. It's a very good movie ever since I've been watching it. The second, third, the fourth was the last one, which is, I think, came out in 2014. I think.
I don't think I've seen that one.
You should probably maybe we'll just catch up to that one too. Yeah.
Would you recommend it?
I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, it's very, very not heartbreaking, but just an epic moment for both the characters reuniting again. But yeah. And however, the other movies I know that are coming out for this other months, I know that there's a movie, an epic movie called The Crow, which was made from 19 something, and now they're making it right now this month on August 2023.
What is that about?
All I can tell you is that it's about a guy who falls in love with a girl. He wants to marry her on the day of Halloween, but however, someone assassins kills her and him, but he was brought to life by the crow. So he comes for vengeance against those people who killed him.
Oh, you know what? I think I know what you're talking about. I didn't like that movie.
The other one, I sort of like it. It felt like one of those smooth gothic vibes in it. I kind of liked it, to be honest. So,
really? I didn't find any interest. I thought it was really boring. I didn't like it.
No, for sure. No, for sure. And there's one last movie I do know is coming out. It's still on making. It's let's see, Frozen 3, which is that's what I heard.
Really?
They are bringing theories that this time, since we know that Elsa has ice powers, which is that's one thing. But the third one, they're saying that maybe Anna might possess the power of fire, which is we don't know yet. Which is that's what I heard in the theories.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the trailer yet, but it's on the making for the meantime.
Oh, that's actually interesting though, because if you think about it, since they're sisters, right? Say if it does end up being like that, how would they
Balance each
yeah, ice and fire kind of, fire takes over ice.
and fire takes over. Well, the other way around, but it makes a lot of sense. It's a bit of a like competitive element, but then there's gonna be some conflict as like siblings now in the family. That is one thing I could think of when a family thing that could happen. And now I know there's gonna be new characters, which is every movie is gonna bring new characters. Maybe a villain, we never know. Never know, but that's one thing. Now the last one I want to talk about is the Pixar theory.
Okay.
So maybe you've never heard about it, but maybe if you've seen it or not. But there are some theories that the whole connection it's all in there in one place, because before the movie of Toy Story, well, almost all of them, they're saying that the first one that came out in this year in 2000 was Brave, the movie. And you've never seen the movie Brave, right?
Is that the princess girl with the bears?
Close, but she's actually like more of a, not a rebel teen, but more likely she wants to make her own path. Like she refuses to follow the order of her
mom,
family's tradition.
Okay.
And she wants to choose who she wants to do in her life.
Isn't that the movie where the mom becomes a bear and then she has to like amend like the cloth or like a carpet or something?
Yeah,
and then like take her to a certain spot.
That was a sort of curse because she made an actual deal with the witch, and the witch actually made a cake because she said that she wanted to make her mother change. And I think the witch may have misunderstood the message, and she turned into a bear. Throughout the adventure, it just goes to the witch brings out many clues how to reverse the curse and bring her back to normal before the sunset. And it actually worked at the end. So that's the thing, that it's just about that she's not ready to get married until she gets to decide when she wants to get married.
And how does that relate to the Pixar theory?
Because the thing is that they're talking about it's the wisp magic.
Okay.
So when we saw the trailer of Brave in the first time, we see this floating little fire of blue energy making a path for her to follow. And then in the background, if people put pause and put a zoom up, they see that in the background of the witch, she has an actual carving of his character from Monster Inc., which is, I forgot his name, I keep forgetting, Sully.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're saying that the witch is actually the little girl Boo from Monster Inc.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what they're saying, because a lot of Easter eggs are all everywhere in the whole Pixar.
It's interesting that there's actually a lot of theories that all the Disney movies are somewhat connected.
They are only from Pixar, because if we're talking about the old ones like Pinocchio or the Sleeping Beauty or Cinderella, they're not related to
not those.
No.
But I know, at least in the movie Frozen, Rapunzel, the one from Tangled, comes out in it.
The short hair with that. They put pause and they notice that that's actually her with Hans.
But you know what? I think the two guys that are with Prince Charming in Cinderella, the original Cinderella, they actually come out in Frozen too.
Holy shit! I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I
was really like, what, when I saw the video.
I didn't even catch up to that point, but I did catch up some clips of it. Like they're saying that they saw the actual the pizza card from Toy Story 2, the one that goes everywhere, and it's everywhere in every single movie clip. Like you see him in the background, you see him in a toy stand, you see him every single place, including in Coco when the car passes by in Coco's window, you see him there like zooming in, and he's like, all those items that you see and know are there, including before the ending of Monster Inc. You see that Boo has a little fish from Nemo, and a doll which is the same one from Toy Story 2, which is Jessie. And it makes a lot of sense that all of this is all connected in one.
But you know, they also say that Boo from Monsters Inc. is actually Darla from Finding Nemo, just more grown up.
That's what they're saying, but according to that theory, that's not real. Because, first of all, Boo and Darla are not the same person. Because if you notice about the hair, that's not even her. Because they're very different characters. And second, they're saying that in the movie Toy Story 3, that the little girl playing with the flower and the cat in the background, and she's much like maybe like around her 6 or 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
They're saying that that's Boo when she's really growing up.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, that's what I heard, and
that's interesting. I feel like there's a lot of theories. It's just kind of hard to figure out which one's true, just because they're just theories at the moment, right?
yeah, that's when some theories could be right, others can be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But luckily, I did some research on one YouTuber who actually got the entire thing all connected, and it makes 100% correct.
Mm-hmm.
And this one is called Radical Studio or something. And after watching his videos for it's almost around 25 minutes, he literally explains a little bit of dark secret about the Pixar.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes more sense of the timeline, how it goes, because we know the Brave, right?
Mm-hmm.
We go past more forward to the present. We go to the Incredibles. The Wiz Magic, it's saying that it also affects animals, including the toys, because they're saying that the toys, every time when they play like normal like figurines,
Mm-hmm.
they just somehow sounds like they're playing dead. But when because they said that the humans' life force is what they need to consume to stay more alive. Every time when there's no humans around.
Mm-hmm.
The other theory is that they're saying more forward is that when Central died, someone took over the technology of Central. So Central, you notice that the logo big by cell, right? It's from Wally, right?
You know what? I haven't seen Wally.
Yeah, Wally is like the logo from the big companies. It's called BB,
Mm-hmm.
and you notice it in every single place. You notice it in Buzz's batteries on Toy Story 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it makes sense that those companies are the ones responsible for the whole thing that happened because of the Wiz Magic, and that's what causes the magic or the technology to go evolution. And that's when they're saying that after the animals became much smarter and much more advanced,
Mm-hmm.
that we're gonna go against the humans after many of a war.
Do you think that maybe Pixar and Disney will bring all the movies together and make like one single movie with all the villains, all the princesses, all the characters like from Toy Story and from every single movie, and just like mash it up into one?
That would work, except that it's gonna take like a lot of work. To be honest, it would take a lot of actors and a lot of animation to get on develop. Because if we're talking about like another crossover, like an Ultimate one,
Mm-hmm.
that's gonna take a lot.
Yeah, but I think it'd be really cool, coming up with ways to kind of bring in all the characters in one single movie. I think that would be really cool.
Well, that did happen on the movie Wreck-It Ralph, when they go to the internet and they actually go to the Disney website,
Mm-hmm.
and that did happen. To be
You
honest.
just get like a little glimpse of it, right?
It kind of gives like a glimpse, like if they met the internet, and now that they're just messing around all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just one thing. Now the last thing is that in the future they're saying that after the Earth became abandoned when the humans left the ship on Wally, cars took over the planet for a while until they ran out of fuel, and then they end up dying because of no fuel. That means no gasoline, no oil for them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. And when the humans were gone for a while, the Earth became gray, like no life, only just trash, sand. That's where Wally shows up.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and then Wally, you see him like recovering items that you human used to have, and he put them in this little box, and he finds one thing that humanity still have, a plant, the last one, and he took good care of it. When he showed it to Eva the first time she arrived on Earth, she just scanned it, took it right there, and then she's been shut for a while until the ship picked her up. He goes to the ship. And he starts knowing that all the humans became a little fatter. Mm-hmm. And now that the captain realized the truth, because the darkest truth we heard about, when the president of the company told him to never come back to Earth because the operation cleanup was a fail, and the whole thing was contaminated, so no humans can breathe in it, and that's why the message was like around 100 years.
Oh.
And that was crazy. And the AI who's control of the wheel mm-hmm. was against them, saying that he wants humans to survive. And he says like, oh, I don't want to survive. I want to go back to my home planet. This is our home.
Yeah. And
after like a little bit of a battle, they finally returned back to Earth. They rebuild the Earth by time. But then this time, you in the ending credits of the movie, you see that that same plant within the boot grew up to that tree, mm-hmm. and that tree became in the movie of The Bug's Life. Oh. And yeah, and this time, from the last one, it's that Monster Inc. I did mention earlier before, right? Mm-hmm. They're saying that now that the insects evolve into monsters, they're in a way in the future. But how they're smart enough to create energy, mm-hmm. is that they make these doors kind of like go into time travel, and they scare them. That way they can get these fuel stream and pumped up. Oh. And that's when the whole thing repeats again. We see Boo again. And Boo is actually that after when Sully had to say goodbye to Boo, mm-hmm. she wanted to create a time travel device to go forward to meet his friend, but instead ends up going back to the past. And that's when she learned the magic of Wisp, and she's the one who became the witch. And that's when the whole thing repeats again.
Oh, so there's a connection to every movie then?
It does, and then now that it makes sense, because the timeline repeats again, mm-hmm. saying that Boo is the witch the entire time. She was the one who created the magic, and she was the one who wanted to meet her friend, but instead the machine took her back time, and she mm-hmm. couldn't return back. That was the most thing that I just got shocked like
it just makes you think everything.
It made
right?
me think, but it gave me a big chill. Like, how come Pixar, Disney, the most happiest thing on earth, can ever create this darkest theory of all time?
Yeah, that is pretty scary if you think about it.
Like, what the heck is going on? I mean, I could think of more, but this is all I can say about it. That Pixar is just bringing out these crazy events, and I really wish not to pay more. I don't know, rather not stick a lot into it, because I don't want to go deep in it.
Okay.
So I rather just like, oh my god, I'd rather just not think about it too much.
But it's really interesting to know about just at least a little bit about it, right? Because then now when you watch movies, you're just kind of like, ooh, where's this going to show up in what other movie?
Mm-hmm. Like, you don't know any theory of any movie that you know of, right? Or maybe you may have heard about in the internet or not?
I actually haven't. The only theory that I really knew about was the Disney one where, other characters from other Disney movies show up in, like, the newer Disney movies that come out. But that's pretty much it. Huh.
That's one of the other theories. I never pay attention, but there's even, like, I know they're saying that it's a good connection, but just for me, it doesn't make no sense. So I kind of ignore that theory. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not even that possible, like I said again.
Yeah.
Yeah. But after, watching new movies of Pixar, they brought up, like, I would not say Turning Red is not related to the Pixar series, not. Because they even have their own ancestor, like, the red panda and everything. So mm-hmm. I could say that, in my opinion, that one's not related to the Pixar series, no.
I don't much approve of that movie. I don't think it's kid appropriate per se.
No, it's not, because to be honest, it's just about drama with the mother and the daughter, like, disagreeing just because she was just want to go to just a concert. That's it.
Well, there's actually they've said that it's actually a deeper meaning. It's actually more of when a girl matures.
Oh, okay then. That brings in the movie a little bit.
Yeah.
Like not everyone liked the movie, to be honest, because according to the ratings, it doesn't like.
I mean, I feel like some movies are either a hit or they're a miss.
Hmm.
You know, so it just kind of depends on how many people watch it. Is it popular? Do they like it? Do they not? And you know, you can't really determine that until it's already like out for people to see.
Yeah, and it's kind of like bringing your opinion if you like it or not, or it's just missing something of a touch.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did watch Encanto, and that one,
I love that one.
to be fair, I would say that it's okay. It's just a family drama.
I love it. I think the songs are catchy. I like the scene where the older sister's dancing with the donkeys. Oh, that part is very funny.
Yeah,
You
and
just hear kind of do like the donkey dance, that do do.
it sort of bring in the good vibes, and it just repeats the same thing as the Incredibles. Both of them possess a gift of an ability they can do, except that she doesn't have a gift. That just lacks a lot in the family. But I'm like, it doesn't matter if you have a gift or not. It just maybe it matters that you're kind of special in your own way. I think.
Yeah, I think that's the most important.
Yeah. All right, this is gonna be today for the podcast. Thank you, Amy, for as a guest, and thank you all of you guys who've been listening or watching this podcast at the ending. So please leave a like and subscribe to the video of Vortex Mind Dimensions, and we'll see you on another. Thank you all, and this is Vortex saying goodbye.